Hey everybody, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. So today we are going to be drawing Sensei, Kakashi, and Gojo Sensei from Jujutsu Kaisen. So crossover the two senseis who are kind of like the same character, but just in different animes. Okay, I'm on landscape orientation paper. Use a pencil and an eraser and hit pause if I go too fast. We'll start with Gojo over on the right hand side and we're going to start with his nose, right? So center point of my page is about here. We'll just come up over to the right. So we're starting Gojo over here. And we'll start with his nose. So I like to start with this sort of L shape for the noses, right? So it like curves out here. And then it's going to point back in. So Gojo has a real pointy nose. And then we'll just add a nostril somewhere here. And then we'll go up for his brow. Just here, it curves around. And then we will go up this way for his headband. And then this headband is going to come the whole way across, okay? So it's going to go like, boom, like to there. So it comes across his nose then, comes across here. And then it'll go up like so. And his ear sort of sticks up over it, so we can see a little bit of his ear here. So it's like this, it curves around like so, and down and into here. Then the rest of the headband goes back this way, and it kind of bumps around just there. And then this headband, it can have sort of texture lines and stuff coming around his eye and things like that. But it's mostly done with color. Alright, so we'll finish the ear and the facial features and stuff. So we've got a bit of a sideburn or something sticking down here. So like some hair spikes just sticking down the side of his head. And then his bones and ligaments on the inside of his ear. So the easiest way I always say is the letter J. But then if you want to make it a bit more complicated, you can, like that. So that's the top half of his head, right? So the bottom half, coming down from his nose, we have his lip. Top lip comes out like so. Then you just go back in. And then the bottom lip sticks out. And then we go back in. And then we come down for his chin. And then his jaw slash chin will go in here. And then his neck goes down like so. So his jawline then comes up from his chin sort of area here. It comes up like so. And then up to here. Right, so we can see his mouth in here, right? So he's kind of open smiling mouth, right? So we just do a sort of a curved line. Comes up here like so. And then the bottom line for that sort of comes around. You can leave it as a closed mouth if you wanted to do something like that. But it's open in the picture I'm drawing from. So we'll bring it around like this. And back really close to the front of his mouth here. And then we can add just a little bit of teeth or something. Just there. Right, so then his hair at the back of his head, right? So we'll go down like so. And then it comes in and then up towards the back of his ear. And then we have the back of his neck just comes down this direction. And then he's all hair coming up the top, right? So all these hair spikes coming out from the top of his head. They stick up a lot, so they go just like so. Next one. This way. Here. We go the whole way back. Like this. So they're kind of these wavy sort of spikes. And one just goes back to the back of his head. And then you can add like all texture lines and stuff just coming off his head here. Like so. To there. Right, so then the rest of his body, so we have his collar, comes down the front, just there. And then it kind of loops around and goes back around the other side of his neck. And then we go up here. And we go diagonal. Bring it in and down. Bumps out a little bit like so. The front, big collar here. Got a couple of fold lines. Goes down towards the front of his chest then. Like that. So he has like some fold lines on this sort of collar thing as well. Here. And then some lines coming down this way. So these are the lines for, like, say his center of his jacket sort of thing. And they're all bumpy because there's fold lines on his clothing, so there's like a fold line here, here. And then this comes up, this for his shoulder here, and around for his back. And his back just comes down this way. So he's folded arms, right? So we can see some fingers on his arm here. So say like the shoulder is about here, right? This comes down. Does it go off my page? I think it does. Off my page that way, right? So that's his shoulder. And then there's fingers on resting on the arm here. Like a fold line there. Like a fold line there. Right, so these fingers come along his bicep. They're resting on your bicep when you fold your arms. So we've got one finger here. Like that, and then the fingernail is like here, right? Then we do that sort of 3 more times, sorry. Up, down, fingernail, down, around, fingernail, and then the last one is the small finger, so. Like so. Right, so the rest of his arm then, right? So like his fold lines for his elbow and his clothing, and the top of the sleeve just here, right? This curves around there. The line goes up that way. And right, so that's his arm sticking out this side, and then his shoulder on the other side comes out from here down. 4 lines stick out down there, and then a line for like his body or his chest just there. Shoulder, 4 lines here. And then I think we can see his elbow just on the other side, or a piece of arm or something there. Right, that's Gojo. Let's go over and do Kakashi. So his nose just about here, probably same level nearly, just about. So you do that diagonal line again. His nose slightly rounder. But again, we have this sort of L shape, or like an upside down 7 or something. And then his brow. So it's going to stick out like so. And then come up and go underneath his headband. Right, so if you know where the brow is, you know where the eyebrow is, but in Kakashi it goes underneath his headband, right? So we'll just draw the headband first. Like so. And then the eyebrow will come up just across from the brow here, so it like spikes up this way. And it's real thin on the end, and grey silver just in there. Then below that we have his eye, so right across in this section of the nose. Top eyelid comes across there. And then hooks down the back. You can thicken this up a little bit if you want. And then bottom eyelid comes around there. And then his iris and pupil. And it's just black, just here. No Sharingan or anything. You could add a Sharingan if you wanted, of course. He has scars, right, coming down from his eyes and up the other side. So we'll just draw those in. Like so. And then an eyelid line. Maybe something on the other side. Right, so then mouth comes down here. Top lip, like so. Bottom lip sticks out then to there. And then his chin goes down and around to here. So we can't really see his jaw because he's got like a big collar here, right? So we're going to go up, across, and down. So like a big square collar. And then up here we have sideburn, so 2 V sort of lines, and then his ears are going to come out from there. Curves around to there. And again, the easiest way to do the ear lines is just a letter J. But of course, if you want, you can add more or less. It's up to you. Then we'll finish his mask off coming across his nose. So it sort of curves a little bit here, curves up. And then it goes down underneath his ear, joins his earlobe, just there. And then we have a little line for his jaw just here. So it comes down and then in down towards the chin. And the hair on the back of his head spiking, like so. And his shoulder will go in behind Gojo's. Right, so then headband comes up, across, like so, and then we meet some hair spikes here. Classic sort of Naruto style hair spikes. And then headband at the front, and we have the metal plate first. Kind of sticks off a little bit, and then the rest of the headband comes down there. And then we got some bolts, sticking them on. You might see like some of the tail or something for the leaf. But you can't see it all. Alright, so then the rest of his hair then will go, one sticks sort of straight up and the rest will join the fringe going this way. And they're fairly straight. Gojo's are kind of wavy. Kakashi seem to be more sort of straight lines. Like so. And his arms are folded as well, okay? So it's a similar sort of thing. But we got this shoulder pad, right, that comes down like so. This sort of curved line out, back in. And then it'll go up over his shoulder. And this has some bolts on it here. Now remember, if I'm going too fast, just hit that pause button. So, right. And just under here, here is where his fingers are. Much like Gojo's, right? So we'll do first one. Like that. And then fingernails. Next one. Cross them down. Like so. And fingernail. So you leave this gap here because you meet the next finger. That's where the next finger comes in. This comes down around. And then fingernail. We do the same thing on the other side. To there. And we go down like so. Down into there. And then he's got that leaf red sort of band on his arm. And it comes down from his little finger here, and this is like the back of his arm here. And this has a spiral on it. And then we got some lines just for his shoulder here, and some armor lines just in there. Front of his chest then, curved down, and he's got some armor on the top of his chest, just here, some of that green shinobi armor, and then his sort of shoulder on the other side just goes up to there. And some armor on the other side of his head. But I think that's everything. That is how to draw the two senseis. Gojo and Kakashi. Hope it was helpful, guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.